to the channel. So I got a couple things that we're going to talk about. So we got a new video coming out later at 7. Or not we, I do for my channel, Hendrickson Family Farm. I guess I should have specified that at the beginning. But then we do have Tony and I have some exciting news. If you look over in the chat, there's the Last Chance Cook-Off page. And so it has a YouTube channel and the email. I will put the email in there. I have it saved here. So here is the YouTube channel, and let me get to the private chat here. Copy, paste. So, and then that is the Last Chance Cook-Off official email. So Tony, everybody that's a part of the collaboration will have access to that. Tony and I have it right now. I think did I misspell that?
You forgot the L. It just says Ask Chance.
Oh. So that is the Last Chance Cook-Off. So you can't put a hashtag in front of Gmail. Unfortunately, I tried multiple ways to try to get it to work. It would not work. But this is not necessarily just a Last Chance Cook-Off live. This is just me and Tony. We hopped up here, and there might Dale and Tiffany may hop up here if they get a time.
Oh yeah, you need to change your Gmail. It says Gmail.
Oh.
Thanks, Raquel. I didn't even notice it, and I looked at it 3-4 times.
I was fat fingering it when I was typing. I was in a hurry.
We need a shirt. We need a shirt. I was just fat fingering. I love that.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we had a pretty busy weekend. We had who is Last Chance Cook-Off? Well, that's the question.
Who is Last Chance?
Last Chance.
Tony.
Tony is posting on it right now. Tony, you want to pop something in there? Say hello, Raquel. So we just got done creating that earlier. Tony and I have been on the phone back and forth with it. Getting that set up. So it does have its own YouTube channel. It is scrolling across the screen right now. And I did put it in the chat, I think. Copy. Paste. Yeah, so next year everything will be centralized. That's one of the neat things that Tony and all of us were talking about, because we're jumping around from channel to channel, and this kind of alleviates that. It'll all be funneled into the one Last Chance Cook-Off YouTube page, and the emails will all be sent and received there. I mean, you can obviously always email Tony, Dell, and I for it. We would like to get it to 100. That way we can change the URL to the Last Chance Cook-Off deal, and that's just one of the things that would be handy. We haven't got the description or anything else like that added in right now. I literally just got it, most of it set up. Tony was working on one end, and I was working on the other end, and we haven't got the whole playlist over there to it yet, but we are working on it, and hopefully, I would say by the next live, but Blues Live is later at 11. Tony? Is that right? 11 tonight. I don't have my paper in front of me.
It is 11 p.m. Central Standard Time
Tonight, right?
on the 22nd.
The 22nd. Oh, the Blues is the.
I'm having volume issues, so bear with me
Oh,
just a second.
You're all right, Tony. But so we had off subject while Tony's getting everything figured out. Me, the kids, and the wife, we had our little town that we live in had their Founders Day over the weekend, and the kids were running all over town, which isn't, it's not a big town, it's a small town. And then Landon's class did a float, so I had to pull the trailer through the parade with the float. So not tonight yet. No, not tonight. The 22nd, Tiffany. Thursday, the 24th, 22nd. What? That's 2 different days, Tiffany. You're confusing me. But yeah, so we did that. Huh?
Tiffany's funny.
Yeah, we have community days in our town. Yeah, so just depending on which town like you're close to around here, they call it different things. They call it Founders Day. They call it Frontier Day on one of them's Frontier Day, and there's some other names that they call it. It's kind of interesting. All the different things that Founders Day. Yeah. You ready to come back up here, Tony? You gonna quit getting lippy?
Boy, I had my phone on Do Not Disturb, and then somebody tried to call, and it throws all my sound into a whirlwind. So it's just like whatever.
Yeah. Well,
easier to just get out and then come back in. So
yeah. So,
anyways, to follow up with the little confusion that Tiffany has going on, it is the 22nd.
Yes,
is Blues live
Tiffany's
at 11 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Yeah, and Tiffany's at the 24th at 6 Central. That's what it says on here. That's what Tiffany has.
Well, Tiffany might be correct because I'm not looking. Yes, she is correct. Hers is the 24th at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time.
So I actually caught a few lives today, or everything kind of running together. But I seen Daz.
That's what happens when your schedule gets flipped totally upside down.
Yeah, it did. I seen Daz was live. I actually got to catch him on live. Yes. I caught Radio Jonesy on a live, which was kind of bizarre. I was like, you guys should be in bed. Or I should be in bed.
We should be in bed, yes.
Yeah. So it was a pretty fun time.
Yeah.
You get anything
I like
coming
it when
up
we
on
get the
channel?
chance. On my channel, so I'm making, actually we're doing it today, filming today. We're making crotronzas, which are kind of, I don't know if you know what that is, but you take it's a hamburger, cabbage, carrot, onion mixture, and you saute it and season it, and then you take it and you put it into bread dough and fold it over. It's kind of like a miniature calzone, basically.
Oh yeah.
And then you bake it in the oven. So we're doing that, and that'll come out next Thursday. My life's just consumed by Last Chance Cook-Off right now. So
yeah. I think I got caught up on all the videos, unless there was one more that came out today. Did the other one come out?
The other one hasn't come out, and just so everybody knows, they are having some issues. Excuse me, technical issues, and they're trying to get it out. But it'll be out later, is my understanding. So we'll work on that.
Yeah, it was. So that's it. I think that's the only one I haven't seen yet. Is that one for today? And I think I binge watched a whole bunch of them the other night when I was working in the middle of the night. What's up, Jonesy?
So I was actually, I'm glad we're kind of hit and missing different things on Last Chance Cook-Off. Did you watch? I know you were in there, but did you pay attention to the way that Jesse and Lisa did their giveaway yesterday, where the prize itself was on a wheel?
Yeah, that's not a bad. That's not a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea, especially when we get to the end, the one on October 2nd. That'll be really nice to have.
Yeah, so I didn't get to. I mean, I was in there probably for an hour at the beginning. But the first probably 30 minutes was the only time I had to chat because we had that Founders Day, and I didn't have a choice to be there. So, but yeah, I had it playing while I was while they were decorating the float because I had the teacher sitting beside me, and I didn't want to be on my phone driving through Main Street while all the kids are running out. You know. So,
yeah, that would have been fun.
Yeah.
So, Glenda, Grayson Fire, there has been 2 that have posted. One is Mouse Toes and one is Cooking with Bobby Joe.
Yeah.
Those 2 posted today. So little update. If some people haven't heard, I believe we're at 93 channels now. So this is kind of where we're ending up thus far. 93 channels, 5 countries, more than 1.3 million subscribers. And I did a tally the other day, so this doesn't include today's that were posted out. We were at 64 channels with over 35,000 views on all those videos. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's really neat, and we're so we're the 18th, and I don't know how to figure out how many views have been on the videos altogether, but I went to Mennonite Farmhouse's video, and because I hadn't had a chance to catch up with it, and it was at 200 and something views already.
So what you have to look at, you can't go by the views on the playlist because that's only referring to views from your playlist. Like the Last Chance Cook-Off, if you go into it, it says, I believe there's 1,480 or 1,500, something like that. Well, I know there's been more views on those videos because I went through each individual video and did a tally of them. That's how I get it. So don't be misled by the playlist, because the playlist is only referring how many views have come off since they've clicked on your playlist. That's what it is. So the good thing is I think once we get the Last Chance Cook-Off's page figured out and all done, and those videos start posting into those playlists, I would assume that would be more of an accurate number to some degree.
Yeah. So I'm going to post the link to that channel again in the description. So everybody, if you haven't, we would greatly appreciate it. You to subscribe to it, because next year it will all be ran off of that channel. That's one of the nice things about us, the way we're doing it that way, because it's kind of a pain, because and a lot of people don't realize we're jumping around from channel to channel, and this way we can bring it all together, and it'll make it easier for people to find it too. Whose channel it's going to be on. It'll just all be on the one channel.
Well, and then any posting we have can be done both on that and the Facebook group page. We only have 2 locations where we're spitting the information out instead of, I mean, just like you said, right now, not only the 3 of us, we got the 4 co-hosts doing it. We got other people doing it. And depending on where you land, you could have the right information or you may not have it.
So Cottonwood Ranch, yes, or Raquel, yes, we are going to, I thought I had it saved on there, but apparently I did something wrong, and Tony's going to have to go back on there. But there is 6 videos, 6 on the playlist right now. And Tony, Dell, and I are going to make a little video for that channel and get it on there. Hopefully within a week we can have a video for that channel.
That's the goal. Is trying to get it all centralized to there. So I'll write it down on my list of things to do so we don't forget to do it.
But yeah, so getting that done set up was pretty neat. So Nina, I wanted to tell you something, Tony. Nina made it
Okay.
short, like 5 minutes before she went to work. She got up, finished getting ready and whatnot. She comes over to the computer. She's like, "Hey, this video, there's like got to be a glitch. This short's already got 600 something views on it." And I'm like, "What?"
What?
I was like, "It really has that many?" She's like, "Yeah, it has that many views." And I was like, "Well, that's weird." So by the time I get to the computer, pull it back up, it had 1,600 views on it.
What?
In like 20 minutes, maybe.
Wow.
And it was just Emma at a writing lesson today. That's it. I mean, it was a pretty neat little short. I mean, I'm not taking anything away from it, but it was like, well, hello. Hey, Nora. Hey, Brenda. Hardneck Farms. Thanks for you guys for coming in. So if you guys notice, Tony's over here messaging from the YouTube channel that the last chance. Tony, my mind's out running my mouth here.
Okay, so the hashtag you're seeing, which is the Last Chance Cook-Off, as a channel name, that actually is now the channel that's been established for Last Chance Cook-Off. We're trying to make it so that by the end of this year and going into next year, we will have a centralized location for information, videos, playlists, things like that. To answer Radio Jonesy's question, I would specifically say, now that we have use of the email, please send it to lastchancecookoff@gmail.com. In the subject, put 2023, and we will start taking the information from there.
And also, you can still email Tony. Just email Tony if you want to be part of 2023's Last Chance Cook-Off, and put that in the description. That way, Tony can make sure that we get, because there's a lot of interest already for the Last Chance Cook-Off.
We've already got 30 days filled out for next year, and we haven't even really put it out there. So
I mean, if you guys want to be part of the 2023 Last Chance Cook-Off, make sure you're emailing. That way we can get you in, because once we're full, we're full. And until 2024 ish. Yeah. So
the other thing, Brenda, too, I don't know if can you pin the email up on the top of your chat so Brenda can grab it real quick, and then she has it.
Let me get back to it here.
And again, any of the moderators, please utilize that information if you could moving forward. That would be great. It'll get it out there. What we're hoping is that by the end of this year, we'll be able to have 100 subs on that channel, and then we'll be able to change the URL to fit the channel name, so it's a lot easier for people to find. So Brenda asked how many Last Chance Cook-Off at. Yay, you get a gold star for the moment. Oh, and I think that's Devin at our new land.
I almost put myself in timeout.
Don't do that, please.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Hey, Devin, how are you guys going? Or how are you guys going? See, I'm telling you, we were over at Daz's channel the other night. Leanne was on there, and Dale. There was quite a few of us on there, and she's like, "I want to get a shirt that says I can't English today," and she's like, "It would offend a lot of people, though." And I was like, "It wouldn't offend me because my mind outruns my mouth all the time."
So it's kind of funny you brought that up, because me and Leanne had a conversation about that, and she was like, "We need to do that for a shirt. I can't English today." All of us in this group, in this community, know exactly what that means, right? So I asked the question of my mom, "Would you find that funny?" She said, "I don't get it." Okay. So actually, Brenda, we're going to start using it for this year. So the Last Chance Cook-Off at gmail.com, we're using it, but right now you can email that one with the 2023 in the subject line if you're interested in next year. Or like Mitchell said, you can still email me and it'll still work.
Yeah, or
Um,
you can email all through all
Any
of
of
us.
us, yeah.
All of our emails are in our about pages, and
Yep.
that email is actually in the about page for the Last Chance Cook Off channel
Okay.
as well.
So another thing I want us to do, maybe later when we're done after this and we meet up for our meeting, go over to the about page, put down a little description that if you win any prizes, please email Tiffany at such and
Yeah.
such, so that that's in there, because that's one thing that's been asked for. So
Yeah.
and then over on our Last Chance Cook Off Facebook group page, we have the updated listing of the prizes that have been done thus far. I'm going to try to get it set up for my community page, and then each of the other co-hosts and hosts can put it on theirs if they have one as well. So we're trying to get the information out to you guys of what's been won, what's not been won. I think that list, if I remember correctly, and I'll check with Tiffany a little bit later, that is updated. So any of them that haven't been claimed, they're getting pushed down to the collaborators part of the drawing on October 2nd. So you need to make sure you're claiming the prizes with Tiffany right now. So anyways, one of the questions we do need to address, and I think we need to have that addressing done today in our meeting afterwards. People are asking how many are we going to put in, what different categories are we going to do, and we may want to start talking about that, because it's a question I can't answer right now, because we've just kind of subtly talked about it here and there. We haven't really addressed it. So
Categories as far as what? I guess I didn't understand the question.
well, because she's asking how many people are we putting in for next year. Well, that's based on how many categories we're going to have. Are we going to have like a main entree or channel bump? Or we were talking about maybe a youth and a parent kind of thing at one point.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. So we need to figure that out before we know what that number is, so we know how many we're going to have out there. So
Okay, Brenda.
yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
So kids have been asking too.
There you go.
Kids too have been asked.
I think she's referring to we're talking about having the kids to do it as well.
So I just wanted to kind of get on here and just kind of chat for a minute. I haven't gone live, it seems like, in a while. Everybody else has been live, so I've just been hopping on everybody else's.
Yep. I was sitting there today, and I'm like, okay, I had a video out last week. I need to start making another video for my own channel. So
well, I have one that just finished uploading a minute ago. Hey,
right.
Tarsha. I have one that I started uploading today, and then I have my one in reserve for something else too. But
right.
I generally, before all of this started, I usually had about 2 months of videos ready to go all the time. Like, I shaved my beard, and the only reason why anyone knew was because of a live. Like, I had shaved it off like a month beforehand.
Yep.
And then I hopped on a live, and everybody's like, "Where did your beard go?" I was like, "Well,
Well, and that's the difference, like with me, because I do a live, on Tuesdays and Fridays. People see me on a weekly basis, so they're not, that way. I mean, but the other thing is you guys have your Saturday one too, so you would think that they would have seen it by then.
Yeah. Jonesy's headed to work. So the other night, whenever I had to go in and work that night shift, so the Gary, Devil Dog, and Jonesy were all on a live, and I hopped over there because I was trying to stay awake. And Jonesy and Eddie stayed stayed. I got up and did a couple things, and then I'd come back and I hopped back on there, and Eddie and Jonesy were on there waiting on me to get. I don't know if they were really waiting on me or if
That's
they're
funny.
just backstage just chatting, but I got on there and they
Who
stayed
knows
on
with those
for a
two?
while. Yeah. Yeah.
How many you got in here right now?
It says 10.
10. Oh, 9 now. Ooh.
It just went back up to 10.
Yep. Okay. I'll let it go.
Yeah. Now it went back to 9.
Yeah. It
Yeah,
jumps
so-
up and down.
Yeah, I'm not really that worried about it. But yeah, I don't have a whole lot going on. I do have a video at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time coming out. I just thought that Tiny Nugget Butt Nuggets Farm is here. Tiny
Hello.
Farm Nuggets. Yeah, so we have that new video at 7 Central Time, and then Nina did that short, and man, it just exploded. I have some with that many views on it, but it took so I posted it and had 5 or 6 views, and then 3 days later it just went to 2,700 or 2,800, something like that. It's kind of crazy. Lots of
Well, there you go.
live right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of channels that are live right now. So
yeah, that's what I wasn't expecting a whole lot. I just wanted to do a little pop-up live. I appreciate
that's
everybody
good.
that's come in.
Yep.
I don't know
well,
who
and
that
it starts to get our information out there. So I mean, that's what we're trying to do. So
I don't know who that Last Chance Cook-Off channel is there, but
I don't know either. I maybe I should go over and subscribe to them though.
yeah, maybe you should. We're trying to. So Tony, you want to explain it again?
Okay. So anybody that's seeing Last Chance Cook-Off, that is the channel that's been created for the Last Chance Cook-Off, since we've already decided to move into next year to do this collaboration again. We decided to make it more centralized. We would start a channel, and I'm just in the back end of it under that channel name. So it's us, but it gives exposure out to what it's going to look like when that channel's in a live. You'll know who it is.
Yeah.
So it will either be one of the hosts or the co-host. That's who will be under that.
Yep. And there is an email too for the people coming in. It is just lastchancecookoff@gmail.com.
Which you've pinned up at the top of the chat.
And you can email that one if you want to be in for 2023, or you can still email you can still email me, Dale, Tony, Tiffany, or
Blue
emails are on our
or
About channels. Hey, Life of Mountain Folk, how are you doing?
Oh, she's back.
I thought I responded to you. Maybe not. I'll double check it here in just. Tony, you talk for a second. I thought I responded. May not hit send.
Brenda brought up a question. Are we going to list all the videos from this year on the new channel? We're going to try to. The problem is it being a new channel, we don't have community page capacity in that yet until we get to 500 subscribers. So what we may do is actually make a few shorts or make a video that clearly spells out. We already have one, but unfortunately that content's already been used on the channel. So it would have to be redone, which is not a big deal, but we will do it. So as Mitchell said, well, actually, I'll go back and repeat the information. So our numbers as of right now is we have 93 channels involved, 5 countries involved, which include the US, Canada, Australia, UK, and Switzerland. And then we have more than 1.3 million combined subscribers with all those channels. We went ahead and did a tally as of the other day. This does not include yesterday's or today's, I think. But there were 62 videos at the time that were posted. And of the 62 videos, we've already got over 35,000 views. So that's great news. Love to hear it.
So, Life with Mountain Folk, I did just email you back, Fred. I didn't hit send. That was it was still up. I just had to hit send.
Okay, so I want to answer a few of the things that have been said inside chat. So we are working on creating the playlist in there so that can be used. It's going to take us a little bit to move it over. And then we will call it 2022 participants. I think that's a good idea. Hello, Janet. Whoa, it just jumped on me really bad.
I know,
Homestead,
this
where
did
you
me
are.
too.
Hi.
I
Raquel
lost my
says
heart.
apparently she has fat fingers like Mitchell's.
Huh. Probably not.
And Rhonda, welcome.
Yeah, Rhonda. That's why I brought it up there. I was going to say thanks for coming in.
Yeah.
So I can type a whole sentence out, and if I'm not looking at the keyboard but looking straight, I will get them all. But if I have my screen over here, I will type it out, delete, type it out, delete, and then I'll just move it over to the center and then type it out.
If anybody gets a text message from me, honestly, and it's from my phone, you know, I've done it. I apologize for all the periods that pop up in the middle of the sentence. That's not me being retarded. It's my fat fingers getting in the way.
So you said Janet came in, and who else
Yes.
did you say came in?
Rhonda.
Rhonda.
Janet, Rhonda, I think.
Okay.
And everybody else we've been talking to, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So next Saturday,
You're muted, or you're not.
No,
talking.
I was reading.
Sorry.
I was reading. So next Saturday we'll start off because Josh was gone and had some things going on the week before, and then not this Saturday, but the Saturday before, he was at that meetup in Kentucky. So we weren't able to do anything, and honestly, I didn't even get the chance to talk to him this week because my schedule changed in the middle of the week. So I went from day shift to night shift, and then back to day shift. So I didn't get a whole lot of chance to talk to anybody during the week.
I know I have a lot of people. Have you talked to Mitchell today? No, he's working. He'll call me when he's got time.
Yeah, so we had a meeting scheduled for all of us, and I pulled it up, and I'm in my office, and everybody's like, that's not where you normally sit at.
Okay, radio, that's fine. I got that. He's going to email me later. Sorry.
Yeah. So yeah, we would like to get that over 100 so we can change the URL, at least that, and centralizing everything, and it makes it easier because there has been some comments that we're just subscriber. What's the best way to put that?
Combined subscribers.
No, like people say we're just scalping for subscribe. Yeah, and that's not the case. That's why we wanted to get it on its own channel. And
and that shows it because none of us get credit for those subs. That's a whole new channel doing its own thing. I mean,
right.
So that way, taking it out of us, then there's really no stipulation that that's a possibility because that is not what we're about. This was all started again. I'll go through the spiel. This has been started because Mitchell thought it was a great idea to bring a bunch of channels together. That's where this comes from. It's not about sub grabbing or views or anything. Yes, we do talk about those things, but those things are beneficial to the collaboration for the next year if we can provide that information to the companies we're trying to get sponsorships and donations and things like that from. The reality is majority of our donations this year came from channels or private people or us as co-hosts and hosts putting the donations out there. That there is some exceptions to that. 4 Jars Lids is one of them. Yoder Smokers is another one, and then Bronco
Equipment rental and
Supply Equipment Rental. That's what I was missing.
So Janet, hang on just 2 seconds. So the channel is right there. It's the Last Chance Cook-Off channel. Before I forget. Yeah, go ahead, Tony.
No, Elliot, you're going to see that popping up now. That's our channel name. It's Last Chance Cook Off. So everybody knows that's what it's there for. Welcome, Elliot. Appreciate you coming. But I mean, it's primarily trying to get out to people that the reality is this wasn't set up for our benefit. It never was. The intention never was there. We're benefiting in the enjoyment we're getting out of doing it, putting it together. The channels that maybe we don't know. I've made tons of great friends from just the communication part of it, getting to know people and talking to them, and the recipes we're getting. And I love the variation. I mean, we go all the way from simple all-American hot dogs, I mean, in reality, to barramundi, which is a fish a lot of us have never heard of, or a different type of vessel, like Cooking with Bobby Joe. She used a barbecuer I've never seen before today. I mean, that's what it's about, is seeing different ways, different things, and we're enjoying it.
Well, and you never know what kind of recipe that someone else is going to make that you have maybe never thought of even trying. Like there was a seasoning of the rub that she made today with those ghost
the
chili.
peppers.
Yeah. I looked at my wife whenever that came across her. I was like, I know what I'm doing tomorrow.
Yep. Well, and the other thing is that you look a lot at a lot of this stuff, and I'll use hers as an example again. She put hot sauce and honey together. Very simple, very easy. Change your flavor profile if you don't like to eat from a hot sauce. Use a barbecue sauce or use another type of thing. It gives you a base to start from, and then you can fit it to how you like it. She even said it. The chicken she made was going to other people, so she melted it down. If it was her, she would have doubled the amount of the pepper she put in there. So that's the point behind it.
Yeah. And you know, we are all watching the videos. So
yep. It's not allowing her to share the channel.
It's probably because there's no video out on the channel, and it's literally only been created for an hour.
An hour at best. Yes.
Yeah. So there's probably may have to have a little lag time there.
Right.
It took me a minute to find the channel from my normal channel to even get subscribed to it. I had to subscribe to it so I could find it, and then
that's what I had to do too.
Yeah. So it took me a minute because I searched for it and I couldn't find it. Hey, Beverly
Moffat.
Yes.
I will help you if I can.
The B's and the MOs get me every time.
That's fine. You are just fine.
So later today, so my mother-in-law is going to Germany tomorrow. So we're all going to dinner over there tonight. Well, we're going to my sister-in-law's.
To Germany?
No, not to Germany. We're going to my sister-in-law's to see her off and everything.
Well, cool.
So, Brenda Squirrel, LOL. But yeah, so I wish we were going back to Germany tomorrow. That would be awesome. I love it over there.
You can't do it until the 3rd of October, okay?
I can't do it till next year anyway. Otherwise, I would. So, Germany is beautiful. I absolutely love it over there.
Yeah.
So the last time we were there a month and a half, and I absolutely loved it.
That's one of the places I've always wanted to go to is there.
So going over, and so we don't have to pay for lodging because my wife's family's from there, right?
Right.
So we go over there, and we only really pay for a plane ticket, and then everyone she's got so much family over there. It's just everywhere we go, it's, hey, come eat dinner with us. Come eat dinner with us. Or, it's a lot of fun. I love it over there.
Yeah.
And I stand out. I'm not a small guy. I'm not super tall, but comparatively speaking, I am pretty tall over there.
Well,
Which
yeah,
is
over there you are.
here, I'm just the average height person,
Hmm.
Over there, it's like ducking go through doorways. It's like, well, this is weird. Like in homes, not in businesses. And we were guest of honor at. So we had the Founders Day here. Well, they have something similar over there in Lauterbach. We're close to where. That's the closest big town to where her family's from.
Right.
It was called Premium Art, and we were guest of honor at it the last time we were there. I actually have newspaper and clippings and stuff.
How did you become a guest of honor?
They found out that we were there visiting her grandma and her uncles and cousins and everything, and they called and asked if we wanted to do it. And it was pretty exciting.
Wow. Hardneck, Wendy at Hardneck Farm says she's really enjoying the collaborations and the friends that they're making, and again,
that's awesome. That's the point.
That really is the point.
And go ahead.
So I was just gonna say, Radio Jonesy. That's another place I want to go to, is Tasmania. I think that'd be cool.
I've been to Australia. I've never been to Tasmania. I've always wanted to. So there was a. Do you ever watch any of the survival shows? Like
yeah.
So there was a Man, Woman, Wild. I want to say is what it was called.
Yes, I think that's what it was, but I know which one you're talking about.
So he was a military, and she was like a news anchor or something like that. I may have the name of it wrong, but they did a survival deal in Tasmania, and I was like, man, I want to go there.
In watching some of those shows, it was like, okay, I could see myself going there for a little while. That'd be fun.
Yeah. Man, Woman, Wild. I like that show. Yeah.
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 So again, just so everybody knows that have just come in, basically Mitchell did a pop-up live so we could have kind of a discussion about the Last Chance Cook-Off. Now is a channel on its own, and we will start diverting information over to there. It also is an email address, so it's lastchancecookoff@gmail.com, which he's pinned to the top so that anybody could use it if they want to. And a lot of information we're going to try to get over there, but you guys got to kind of bear with us because there's some information we can't. It doesn't have a community page till we hit 500 subscribers. We can't change the URL till we have 100 subscribers. So we're doing what we can, but until we hit those milestones, some stuff is still going to have to be passed the way we can. So
Gene Hudson.
Yep.
Hello, Last Chance Cook-Off. Amazing cooking going on. So
and Nana 9 Acres popped in.
I seen that. I was gonna wait a second. So I just posted the YouTube channel for Last Chance Cook-Off because we just got that set up. There's the email on there, and we started putting. I just put like 2 or 3 or there used, I think there were six videos on there, and I didn't do it in any specific order. I just clicked, and then I looked up and I was going live. So
no, you're fine. I don't think, really, let's be honest. None of us are in this for an order or anything. Really, collectively, you could put the 3 hosts and the 4 channels that are co-hosting all together, jumbled up, and it would still mean the same thing. So yes, Raquel, your video needs to be at least 10 minutes long, preferably, please.
Yeah, it's pretty. So I had on the video, I just got done editing for fill in. I had to take it down from 45 minutes down to.
Yep.
I don't know. I think what it ended up being 17 or something. Isn't that what I shared?
Something like that. I think that's what you showed me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
So-
for me though, I mean, I'm always constant. I'm at least bare minimum 1 hour of video, and then I'm cutting it down. Now, then the problem is you cut it down so far. Okay, now I need to fill it with more information because I cut so much out of it. So,
Yeah.
hello, Tasha from Art and Adventure with Tasha. Welcome to the channel. Again, also, like Mitchell has also stated, if you guys are interested in joining us for next year, please email lastchancecookoff@gmail.com or any one of us and put in the subject line 2023. And then we'll put you on the list.
And
We don't know the number yet. We don't know the categories yet. We haven't discussed that. But if you're interested, go ahead and do that.
And one thing that I did want to bring up that Tony, Dell, all of us are talking about. So I know there was a mass amount of emails going out to everybody. We understand that, but this was our first time doing it. And we realized that we don't need to do that. So if you're going to be a main entree or you're going to be the category, those are the only emails you're going to get other
Yes.
than a calendar.
Yeah.
So we'll shorten the amount of emails everybody's getting. I did want to bring that up because
Yep.
that has been brought up to me more times than I can shake stick at. And
Right.
it was, like I said, it was just growing pains, and we do apologize, but we're getting it figured out.
Well,
and
and
I seen-
in addition to this, I would love to say that by next year, hopefully, the Last Chance Cook-Off channel, it will have a community page so we can post things there instead of sending multiple emails out, as well as the Facebook group page will be again there. So we'll be
Yeah.
able to put it out in multiple places.
Yeah. So I did drop that link, but I guess I can't see it anymore. So this is the Last Chance Cook-Off channel. I just posted in there. So if you guys could, I would greatly appreciate it if you went over there and subscribe to that channel. And there again, the reason why we're doing it is just to bring it all to one place. So you're not having to hunt for information or hunt for where we're going to be at for giveaways and stuff. That's why we're doing the channel. And
Hello, Junker Chef. Thank you for joining us.
Yep. Hey, Chef. I've seen someone else come in. Tasha.
Oh, Arts and Adventure with Tasha. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's been in here a little bit.
Yeah, I seen her come in.
The other thing is too is we're gonna have channels that won't want to be involved next year, and that's fine. I don't want anybody to feel like they're obligated to. Obviously, there's enough interest in channels that do want to, so I mean, it kind of is the way it is.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, that's the thing that a lot of people didn't understand, that before we really even talked about it, we pretty much had the whole calendar full before we even
For the first segment, yes.
Yeah, before we even brought it out saying we were doing it, in 2 weeks' time, we pretty well had 45 channels right at the beginning, and I mean it was just that quick.
Yeah.
So
the first 30 days basically was filled up in the first week, and then within another week we had that many more channels plus some that were interested. So
yeah,
that's why we were looking at it. It wasn't a lot of people had actually put out the when are you going to call it enough? Well, it wasn't because we weren't trying to get a gazillion channels. We had categories that we established as we went along that these people fit into. So it's why we did it.
well, and not only that, there were so many people that wanted to be involved.
Right.
And that's kind of the whole point of doing it, is like we're trying to bring communities together, but we're turning people away at the same time.
Right.
You know, and
there was a number of channels that got turned away. There's the honesty of it,
Yeah.
because at some point we said enough is enough. Hindsight to that, we should have put them on a list that if they're still interested, we could have filled them in, because we did have channels that were no shows. We had channels that couldn't do it because of a medical reason or a family reason. We had one channel that specifically had to relocate. There's nothing we could do about it. So, you know, and it's not bad talking about them. I mean, it's just the reality of it is that life happens.
Yeah, and we
So
understand that life happens and things get in the way. The only thing that we would ask is if you can't get your video done, just let us know. That way we can get something filled for it.
right.
You know.
Especially where we're at right now is because we're at a point where we have enough backup videos. So, we have videos to fill in now, and the pre-knowledge that, okay, I'm going to have a problem, and you might want to throw something else in there. That's the ability we're able to do.
Yeah.
And Tiffany makes a good point too. We were trying to make room for everyone. I mean, there was at one point, I remember, I think it was Mitchell, in all honesty, at some point. I think we were at 78 or 79. And Mitchell's like, where do we stop this at? Where's the cutoff point? And it's
Yeah.
like, we keep getting emails that they want in, so I don't want to push them away,
Yeah, so that's another thing that we're going to talk about too, Chef. We had actually talked about having a meeting with once we establish how many people are in there, and with no, I said that wrong. Once this one's over, we're just going to have like a blanket meeting with however many people we can get into a StreamYard or Meet Teams meeting or whatever, and let people come in and tell us what they thought about the rules and where maybe something that they want to see in the future. That is something that we have talked about. That way we can have the rules set well before the next one is going, because so nothing.
Well, and I think we've been basically talking, the rules kind of will stay the same, but there is room for new rules, or looking at a rule that maybe there was no need for, or things we haven't even considered or thought about. I mean, that's a reality too. I mean, like how, and I do want to give a little credit to Rich, who brought up, how are we going to be promoting this? What is the plan of attack for that? And it was, being the first one, it's kind of hard to have a plan of attack if you're not sure what you're doing. I mean, really, that's where we were. Now we have a better idea, a better understanding, so we can come at that from a different direction as well now. And utilizing, little groups here and little groups there, in the sense of communities and whatnot that want to put this information out. Do we have a blanket thing that they can copy and paste and just put out on their community tab if they want to, or in a Facebook group page or something of the like? So
Yeah, and yeah, that's and the yeah, that's just kind of what we had talked about. That way, everybody could kind of get a little bit of let us know their grief on stuff. That's kind of
yes,
the reason why we wanted to do it. That it because it's there's growing pains with anything that is coming out, and I hope everybody can understand that growing pain. But
well, and the other thing I'd like to throw out there too, the biggest problem, that if you are, I mean, and we've already said it, but I just want to reiterate, if you're going to commit to doing this, it's why we asked out in the beginning, try to have your videos uploaded into YouTube 2 weeks prior, so that there is no headache of a video failure or YouTube failure or whatever it may have been. It's not a matter of editing and filming your video. That's already done. Now it's just changing dates if we have to.
Well, and we try to give everybody enough notice prior to, and this next year you'll even have way more notice on top of it. So, I don't know. That's just one of the things we try to do. That way, everybody had plenty of time to be able to get a video recorded. But so I did post the link to the Last Chance Cook-Off channel in there again. The email is pinned to the top for that as well, and you can still email Dale, Tony, myself, Tiffany, if any other questions about the current years and next year's. We'll still answer and respond to those emails as well. But everybody will have access to the email that is pinned to the top for anything in the future regarding the Last Chance Cook-Off.
So Drunken Chef, thank you. I mean, I think I think having it a month early and then having knowledge of the time when you have to do it, fitting it into that 2 week bump, I think that's important. And then, Gene Hudson, thank you. It is a big undertaking, but
There's
we've enjoyed
there's a
doing it.
I will say there was a lot more involved in getting this collaboration going than I ever thought was going to have to
Yeah.
happen. Without the people that are a part of it, I don't know if it could have gone over as well.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's other collaborations that are work good too.
Right.
This one for me it worked out pretty well.
Yeah. Well, and I think the wonderful thing we had was that all of us worked together well, and that
Yeah.
was important. I mean, we don't have any inner fighting or anything like that within our group. If we have an issue, we discuss it, make sure everybody's on the same page, even if you don't agree with it. Are you on the same page? And it's worked out very well. So I've been happy with that.
Yeah, for sure. But with that, I guess that's going to be it. Like I say, I got a video at 7 Central Time going to be released. Tony said that he's recording a video for this week to be released.
Mhm.
I haven't talked to Dale because he had church and stuff this morning.
Right.
I haven't talked to Dale, so I don't know what he's got going on for this week.
Let me hit. I want to say thank you to Brenda and Glenda for what they said. Chef, I'll call you. We're gonna meet up after this to go over some information we have to go over. But I'll call you. Just text me and let me know when too late is too late, so I know. Thank you.
Are you talking to Chef?
I was talking to Chef on that. Rhonda, yes, I am still doing Noodle November. I don't want to throw that out here because we're talking about another one, but yes, I actually am starting to work on that list. So there's another thing for me to do.
Yeah. There's tons of collaborations coming up. I'm only a part of the two that's come. Two of them. I know we didn't want to talk about it too much, but there's the Noodle November and then the candy one. I can't remember
that one. So as of right now, we have September still continuing on in conjunction with ours. And then we also know that November is in November. There's Croctober coming up. There's Noodle November. There's 12 days of cookies. There's 12 days of candy. That's all in before this year's over. And that's just the ones I know about. Oh, and then there's Pumpkin Palooza. There's 2 of those going on. Yeah, there's a lot going on. And don't even get me started into January to July of next year, because that's a whole another conversation. So,
yeah, I do have a hard time there sometimes, Chef.
Chef, I will call you tomorrow. Yes.
But with that, I am going to hop off here. We got to go to my in-laws for dinner tonight. I'm sorry, I started reading the comment. We're going to in-laws for dinner tonight, and then I have a couple things I need to get going beforehand. So
Thank you, Gene.
I appreciate everybody that came in on the chat, and I will drop the link to the YouTube channel for Last Chance Cook-Off one more time. You guys feel free to share that out if you want to. It's its own deal now. So we're all just centralizing all the information into one spot, so you don't have to go 5 different places to look for it.
Right.
It'll be there, and I mean, we'll still post stuff on our channel for next year too, but it'll all be there. So
I want to throw this out real quick because Gene has brought it up about a calendar for all these collabs. So that is in the works. Actually, we're trying to put something together called Collab Central that would have basically what you're looking for, contacts, descriptions of each thing, yada yada yada. Sorry.
And to be fair, it was not our idea.
No, it was not.
It was Blue over at Blue Self-Reliance's idea about making a website just for that. So
But we're working on it is the point I'm
Yeah.
trying to get to. So,
Anyhow,
all right.
I appreciate you guys stopping in, and I will catch you on the next one.
Thank you. Have a good day.